So what is it that really motivates me? I think more than anything right now in my life, I want to play. What does it mean to play? Just this morning I had this realization. I connected to the Demian Dunkley as a kid, kind of looking back and coming to the point in my life now where I've realized it's like the purpose of life is to play in my parents' garden, right? To enjoy and to find a way to multiply that joy. It's like we've been given this incredible opportunity to live, and we've got to figure out how to do that in a way that really brings joy to ourselves and others. I feel like a whole new chapter in my life is beginning. That's really why I'm doing these vlogs. For anyone who's interested in that idea, it's not about me, but for anyone that's interested in that idea, I want you to join me on that journey. And this whole marriage and inheritance tour, or inheritance marriage tour, this whole thing about going to Europe with my family, it's all connected. It's about bringing my kids to their roots and some of my roots, and just kind of connecting all the dots to respect where we come from and the incredible value in the simple things in life. Many times when you think of happy memories, isn't it just simple things? It's like simple things. It's meaningful things. And it's often to do with times, places, and most of all, people that you love. So that's why we're on this tour. That's why I want to take you with me, and that's why I'm taking these videos. It's to play in the parents' garden. So how did that feel, Timo, to visit your birthplace?
I thought it was amazing because it was like 15 years I haven't been there.
Did you ever think you'd go back?
No. I was astonished. And what happened in 15 years, like they took down the building and then they're like building a new, some deluxe apartments, which is cool.
We're now at this point in the story where we have just visited my son's birthplace, my first child. Turns out the hospital was removed and now there's a new construction there, so that added some drama. I think more significant than anything I've experienced was the day my son was born. At that point I realized what it meant to be willing to die for someone else. It was a real adventure, and going back there, I'm just amazed what Yumiko did to follow me there and to start our family there. It was incredible. Now on this next leg of the tour, we're going to visit a couple of places where we used to live. Now this seems very simple, but a very vivid dream that I had a year ago, in which I was essentially being guided to make sure that I would connect my children to their roots, and as much as possible physically, to let them see the buildings, the streets, the areas where they used to live or where my wife and I used to live. In reality, I realized this is as much for me as it is for them, because I've moved around so much. It's like rebuilding my own roots and sense of place and history. The next part of the trip, we're going to go to a couple of places where I used to live. Now, one of these places is like this house up on top of the hill. This was the first place where we took Timothy after he was born. This is where we were living. But imagine this, my wife living in this house up on top of a hill with nobody around. Wait till you see the road that we had to drive up just to get there. But on the way, we're going to stop off at the last place we lived. So these two places are completely opposite, right? One is beautiful up on top of the hill, and the other one is this little apartment down in Magione, right in the heart of things, because we just needed a place in civilization, let's put it. Let's go. You guys ready to go to Magione?
Yeah.
Let's do it. at Magione. Oh, what happened to Timo? Is he sleepy? Timo, we came to Magione.
This is your town.
This is your...
was my town.
Well, that's where you were born, but this is where we lived.
Living here, Majone.
I think this was the last place we lived before we left, right?
Yeah.
Magione. How does it feel to come back?
I mean, I don't feel I'm come back because I don't recognize it.
So you remember this old newspaper stand? You'll remember soon.
I can't send them home.
You'll remember soon. We're gonna get out now. Remember yet?
Here. This is our apartment.
You wanna see where you live, Timo?
Yeah.
So we used to live in the apartment right above this restaurant. Was it second or third floor, honey? Third floor. Okay, and we used to order food from this restaurant and pick it up and take it upstairs. So this is numero 10, Magione, I forget the name, but here we are just outside the apartment where we moved here when Timothy was probably 2 years old. We were probably here for a year and a half. And this was the door. How's it feel, Timo?
Good. Like,
good?
I'm surprised that I'm retracing the steps that you stepped in, because I never knew that would happen. Like, I never knew I would get the chance to like step where you stepped.
Retrace
Again.
your birth steps?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're doing. This is the heritage tour. All right? Okay, next where are we going?
Massimo Bondiniじゃない。
Next we're going to the house where we used to live, up on the hill. For the view. From here you can see the lake. Your mama used to drive up and down here. Can you believe it? This car doesn't even fit. Yeah,
House.
that's it.
You had a pink house?
No, we can't go. Please don't do that.
Okay, so this is the house where we used to live, and it was owned by a friend, a builder called Bondini, Massimo. I think Massimo Bondini. Unfortunately, he died just a few years ago, and this house that we were renting from him has since gone. I think it's now owned by the bank or by the government. I'm not sure. I don't even know if it's for sale. It's all been fenced up. It's been locked. But I just phoned Giometta Petturiti, Leonardo Petturiti, a very good friend who was the guy that found us this house, the guy we're having dinner with tonight. And he said, don't worry, just jump over the fence and go take a look if you want to take a couple of photos. And if there's any problem, just call me and I'll deal with it. That's how it is in Italy, just call Leo. We're not gonna get through here. So it's time to do it old school and hop the fence. You're not coming? Honey, you want to come? Take 5-minute break. Let's go, guys. Okay, so this is going to be exciting. This is where... Oh, there's too much wind.
This is the house you telling me you guys had an outside kitchen?
That's his family. That's the guy.
Who died?
That's Massimo. That's Bondini who died. This is his house.
You have a
And this is what we used to have, like a little tiny pool here.
burning oven?
And you have an outdoor pizza oven. Of course, place is of course locked.
Oh wow, that's what the pool looks like.
Yeah, it was like that before. Exactly.
What happened?
happened to this?
Well, they put a jacuzzi in, it looks like.
Why?
And we had a pergola here.
A what?
We had a pergola here before. That was our bedroom up there, guys.
Can we get in?
And that was where Timothy came when he was born. It's also about culture. It's like, I feel like there's so many types of cultures, right, that are available to us. And I'm not talking about French culture or American culture or Italian culture, something like that. Those are interesting nuances, differences. Okay. That's not really what I mean by culture. There's like a deeper culture, right? There's a culture that everyone is yearning for, regardless of language and regardless of age and regardless of where they live. And I think it's something to do with the culture of home, like coming home or being at home, wherever we are. And I think it has something to do with God. It's like a heavenly culture. And that's what I want to popularize. I want to popularize heavenly culture. And yeah, I want to popularize heavenly culture. And I need your help. I mean, we all need each other's help. Okay, so that was amazing. We successfully got over the fence, saw the old house where we lived up on top of the hill, took a few photos, said a short prayer, and now we're on our way back over the hill to Lisciano Nicone, another place where we lived and I worked and we ate. And Timothy used to come up and down this hill, and poor kid used to throw up a little bit, let's say, on the way down. So this is going to be a windy one. Let's go. Any last words?
That sandwich I just had was really good.